Hi friends, welcome to Happy Kids India. So we have started this channel to help you with the skills required in your school, college, and also in the job. So earlier we taught small basic, which is a programming language for beginners, and we also discussed some PowerPoint topics, very important PowerPoint topics. If you have not gone through them, you can go through them at your leisure. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications for all our uploaded videos and live sessions. And also I request you, please like all our videos so that they will rank higher and they will reach more people. And I also request you to share this channel or videos with your friends so that they can also benefit. So in today's session, we are going to learn our first C program, a simple program, so that we can see the structure of C program, the skeleton of the C program. And then I will show you how to practice. So in order to practice, you will need a software, right? So if you do not have a desktop or laptop, you can install a mobile phone app and practice C programming language. I will show you one mobile app with which you can learn and practice any programming language, almost any programming language. Then I will also show you how you can practice C or any language online without even the installations. If you have a desktop or laptop, but you do not want to install any software, still you can learn online. So there are so many such portals. Here I will show you some 6 portals, important portals, where you can log in and write your code and practice programming language without even the installation. Then I will also show you one software which you can install on your desktop or laptop and practice C, C++ or any such language. Please do not get confused because I am discussing a lot of things like mobile app or desktop software and online compilation, all that. You don't need everything together. You just need one mobile app if you want to practice from your mobile phone, or if you want to practice from desktop or laptop, you can install this software MinGW. Or if you do not want to install any software either on the mobile phone or on the desktop or laptop because of lot of restriction. For example, if you are using your father's office laptop, for example, where you cannot install any software, outside software. So in that case, you can just use the online portals, which I will discuss. And then we will discuss our second C program. So in our today's session, we are going to learn our first C program, the basic skeleton. Then we are going to learn about one mobile app. Then we are going to learn about the online portals where we can practice without any software. And we will also learn how to install one desktop software for C or C++ compiler. We will need any one, either desktop software or mobile app. If you do not want anything, we can practice online also. And then we are also going to discuss our second C program. Before moving on to the session, I just want to remind you, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like the video and share with your friends. Let us move on to the main session. Hi friends, in this session we are going to learn how to code our first C program. In any programming language, it is a tradition to print a message called hello world in the first program. So similarly, we are going to do the same thing. We are printing a message called hello world. C language is based on functions. So this main is the In C language, main is the mandatory function, and we also have to include a standard library, standard input output stdio.h. This is a standard library of C language. We have to include this. So this is the syntax: hash include less than stdio.h greater than. Whether you have a space here or not, this is not an issue. And C programming language is case sensitive, so you have to use it in small letters. You have to use all small case letters. You all know what is a function, right? For example, in mathematical functions, we use like f of x is equal to x square. So x is an input argument, whereas x square is a return value. Similarly, for this function, main function, within these brackets, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, we can provide input arguments. In this function, we are not giving any input arguments because in C it is not mandatory. Whereas the return value, the x square here is right. So return value is mandatory in C language. That is the reason I gave int, and I am also returning a value return 0. This is mandatory. This has nothing to do with the program. If we consider this box as a program, so x is an input argument. For example, in C programming, within these brackets, we give the input argument which is called x, and the x square, which is a return value, is this one, return 0. So this program returns an integer value. We all know, right? Integer means a whole number, whether it is a 0, negative number, or positive number, but it's a whole number. It's not a fractional number. So let us see. I have written a program, this small program, on the desktop and named it as first.c, and let us execute it. So first.c, you can see the file right on the desktop. So in order to execute, you have to type gcc first.c and enter. And if you see, there is a file called a.exe got generated. In order to execute this, you have to type a or a.exe and enter. And it will show the message hello world. By default, it is generating a.exe, right? Instead of that, if you want to compile first.c and create an executable called first.exe. If you see the directory, you can see first.exe. First.c is the source file or C code, and first.exe is the object file which got generated. So if you execute, enter first, and it will show the output hello world. We have seen the main function is mandatory in a C program, right? The execution begins from the first statement within the main function. So let us copy paste and write a few more functions. For example, I'm copying it, renaming it to second, and this we say hello world from second function, for example. So if this function gets executed, this will print hello world. If this function, second function, gets executed, this will print hello world from second function. Okay, let us save it, compile it, and see. So I'm compiling it, first.c, output file first.exe. So let me execute it first. So if you see, it is only printing hello world. That means only the main function got executed and it printed hello world. This function did not get executed. The compiler simply ignoring the other function. So let me put it here, for example, on the top to see whether this will get executed. Again, I'm saving it, and again, I'm compiling it. So let me execute again first. See, this is only printing hello world, which means only the main function is getting executed, whether it is placed on the top or bottom. What to do if we want to execute this one also? Simply, we have to call this function explicitly from the main function. So I'm saying second. This is how we call the function. Function name, left to parenthesis, right parenthesis, and semicolon. All statements in a C program ends with a semicolon. Also here, this program, second program, is returning a return value, right? Integer value. It is returning an integer value. So we have to catch it. Int I is equal to second. So this program will get executed and the value returned will get stored into I. Let us see now whether this will get executed or not. I'm saving it. Again compiling and now executing. So if you see, hello world is printed, also hello world from second function, both are printed. That is because we are calling this function second explicitly from the main, and there is no line or space between these two statements, right? So for that, so we need a line, blank line after hello world, right? So I'm writing hello world /n. So let me compile it and execute it. So we can see a line. It is printed in a different line. A blank line got printed, so it went to the next line and it printed there. In the next session, we are going to see the exact syntax of printf command. This is the output command. Also, the input command called scanf. Scanf and printf, the exact syntax and all we are going to learn in the next session. Also, the declaration of variables we did not talk about, right? So we will also talk about the declaration of variables and this format, how the printf prints and what is the /n and all that. All these termination character. This is called a termination character. So all these aspects we can discuss in the next program. Now we will see how to install a compiler. There are different ways. You can install a compiler on your mobile phone. There's nothing but a mobile app. Or if you want to install a software, compiler software on your desktop or laptop, we can do that. Or if you do not want to install any software on your mobile or laptop or desktop, but you want to start coding, practicing online also, you can do that. For that, you will need an internet connection. So let us see all the three options, but you will just need any one option. You don't need everything together. Let us move on to the next session. Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn about a mobile app using which we can practice coding in any language. There are so many mobile apps you can use as compilers, programming language compilers, but there are a couple of apps with which you can learn and practice in any language. With one single app, you can learn as many languages as you want. So I will show you one app. Click on Play Store and in the search bar enter online compiler. Click on install. This one is you can see the C symbol with a wheel in between. So click on install. This will take a little while to get downloaded and installed. So it is downloaded. Now it is installing. Wait for a few seconds. So it is installed. Click on open. Once the wheel stops, click on next, 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 and get started. And allow access to your mobile device to store files, and again allow to access files. So here you can see list of programming languages you can use with this app. See, there are so many apps, right? So bash is a Unix shell script. You can practice without Unix operating system. You can practice Unix shell scripting using bash. So if you click on bash, see, you can see the default template, echo hello world. As you know, printing hello world is a tradition. So the letters are small, right? Click on the three dots on the top, editor font size, and I'm choosing 24. Click OK. So you can see a little big letters. So again, I'm going back to the menu and click on this drop down button and choosing the C language. but you can choose any number of language, any language you want. C, C++, Perl, Java, Python, MySQL, even the database SQL, MySQL database coding also you can practice. See, there are so many languages, right? I choose C. Click on C and see, you can see the code. This is the template. So if you click anywhere, you will see the keyboard so that you can write. For example, I'm clicking here. You can see the keyboard. I'm writing something. Hello world. This is my first C program. And here, if you here code wrap is already on, so you can see the single line, which is a big line, so that you can see in the same screen. Suppose if you uncheck code wrap, the one single line will be in one single line only. You have to move using the touch screen to see that line. So without moving the touch screen, without using the touch screen, if you want to see, enable this code wrap. So you can see in one single screen. Similarly, the other options, dark theme. So by default, dark theme. So dark background you can see if you want, and click, and you will see white background. Again, there are other options. Auto save should be checked on to save your code automatically. So code wrap you have already seen. Similarly, dark theme if you want. And font size also we have seen. The default template, you know, right? So for each code, each programming language, default code will be shown. Suppose if you make some changes and want to go back for default, so you can click on the default template. So default code will be displayed. And if you want to clear the entire code, you can just click clear. Again, if you want the default template, you can get the default template. And this is quick access bar setting. This is for, so here for C language, you will need these curly brackets and all, right? So whatever the needed characters will be displayed here. If you want to change the order, you can click here and go to quick access bar setting, and you can change the order. So which one should get displayed first, like that. Suppose double quotes if you want, you can take it there like that. You can change and say done. I'm clicking cancel. And the other options, this is a share button. If you want to share this code to anyone using WhatsApp, Facebook, or whatever, you can share it. And this button is read only button. So if you click it, this code will get read only. You cannot change it. Again, if you want to change it or run it, you have to unlock it. You click it again and make whatever changes you want. So I'm writing first program and run it. And there are no arguments, input argument. So I'm clicking run. So hello world, first program output. So it's done, right? Again, go to menu options. So you have seen in the recent files, you can see all the recent file on the top. And you can also change editor font size here. If you suppose if you don't a little smaller one, you can change it here. And if you want to change the code, a programming language, you can change it here. And also, if you want to open a new file, you can open it. If you want to create a new file, you can create it by clicking on new file. New file, for example, I give A.B.Sc create. File already exists, it says. So let us say XYZ. I'm creating it. This also exists because I had created earlier. So I'm creating A and create. So AAA.c program with the default template got created. So you can see all the recent files here. But if you want to see all the files, you can click on the folder icon here. So all the saved files, you can see it. You can click on any file if you want to open that one. Suppose XYZ, I'm opening it. is also default template only. So xyz.c got opened. Or if you have saved your files anywhere else, you can also click on open file and select the path folder. You can open the existing files. So basically you can write the code here, you can run it, run and see the output, and this will automatically get saved into the folder. So you can open this folder and see all the files. This is very easy. And if you want to change the language, you can change it here. Suppose I'm going to change it to C++. So you can see the default template for C++. So this is a very easy app and very handy one. So even while you are traveling in a bus or something, you can practice your code. And another advantage is that you will not even need internet connection once it is downloaded and installed. Once the app is installed, even without internet connection, you can practice and learn coding in any of the languages. Thank you. Let us move on to the next session. Hi friends, in this session, we are going to learn how to practice coding online without installing any software. Suppose you have an office laptop where you cannot install any outside software, but you still want to practice coding. Then you can go to any of these portals. I have mentioned 6 important portals. I will also give these links in the description. So you can go to any of these portals and practice coding online. Go to any web browser and in the address bar type any of these links. Codepad.org. I type to codepad.org. See, you can see. You can choose any programming language you want. So we have chosen C and write the code here. So this is a simple code to print hello world and submit it. See, here you can see the output hello world. You can also see the source program. If you want to change it, you can change it and execute it again. Let us say hello world. This is my first C program. Submit. So you can see the output hello world. This is my first C program. So this is as simple as that. So you can go to any of these portals like that. For example, let me go to another one, online GDB. onlinegdb.com. So you can see, you can choose any programming language you want. For example, you have chosen C and you can also see the template here, hello world. So we can change it. This is my first C program and you can click on the run and you can see the output here, hello world. This is my first program. So you can change the code, you can see the output. You can also save it. You can save this program to your disk. Like this, you can go to any of these portals and practice coding online. Very simple, right? Let us move on to the next session. Hi friends, in this session, we are going to learn how to download and install the best GCC compiler for Windows PC. If you have Linux, you do not have to install because Linux comes already with it. If you have Windows, MinGW is the best GCC compiler. This is from GNU project, which is open source project from Free Software Foundation. Just go to any of the web browsers and in the address bar type this link and click on it and then click on the downloads and you have to choose this link. So this one, MinGW W64 builds. This is useful for C, C++ and Fortran. So as of now, we just need C. So choose this one, click on this one, click on this link. The moment you click it, in the download folder, this file will get downloaded. Then double click on this one. You can see the installation widget. Click on next. Again, click next. Here you can click next if you want to accept the default folder where it is going to install. Otherwise, create your own folder. Click browse this PC in C drive. I'm going to create a new folder. called MinGW. So I selected this one. Okay. So I'm going to install this software under this folder C:\MinGW. Click next. This will take some time to download. So once the download is complete, go to the folder where you install the software MinGW and go to bin. So it is a C drive MinGW. So go to bin and copy this path to add it in the environment variables. I just go to environment variables, click on environment variables, and here path, choose path and edit it. Click new, paste this path and click OK. Here you can see again, if you double click it, so you can see this MinGW/bin and click OK and click OK again and go to a command prompt, click Windows button, type CMD, go there. To verify whether GCC got installed successfully, type GCC and enter. So the moment you see no input files, that means it got installed successfully. Because we have not given any input file, that is C program, so it says no input file. So for example, let us see if there are any C files here. There are no C files. I'm going to desktop folder and opening a notepad to write a program. So here I'm writing a program. Include stdio.h main, a small program to print hello world. Right, I am saving it, Control S. Let me say aaa.c. I'm choosing all files, otherwise it will add dot text. So aaa.c, you can see aaa.c file is there, and I'm compiling it gcc aaa.c -o aaa.exe. So aaa.exe file got created. You see, .c is the source file, exe is the object file. We can execute it by typing aaa. So we can see the output. So we can see the output hello world. That means GCC compiler got installed successfully. Let us move on to the next session. Hi friends, in this session we are going to learn input output commands in a C program. I'm typing a small C program. As you all know, this is all mandatory. So this is a skeleton of the C program. We are including the standard input output library and one function, main function, which is a mandatory function. Here I'm writing printf. Printf is a function which is part of the standard input output library. So these take arguments. We can give as many arguments as we need, but the first argument is always a string. String means some text within the double quotes. Let me say some text. So I'm compiling this one. I saved it as second.c, gcc second.c, output file second.exe. Give semicolon, which is mandatory for every statement. So I'm executing it. So this is printing some text, right? Here I'm declaring a variable int a. I'm declaring a variable called a as type integer. Integer means a whole number, whether it is a negative number or positive number or 0, but not a fractional number. So it is like -1, -2, -3, 0, +1, +2, +3, like that. And I'm also declaring another variable again as an integer, and then one more variable as a float, c, for example, and I am assigning a value a equal to 5 B equal to 3, C equal to A divided by B. So in the next programs, we will discuss what are all the data types, and I will also discuss about mathematical operations. But here, just to show you the input output functions, I'm declaring three variables and assigning values. So I'm assigning 5 to A, I'm assigning a value 3 to B, and I'm assigning the result of A divided B to C. Here we want to print the value of C. Let us say the value of C is here. We have to give the value of C, right? But here we should mention percentage F, because C is a float type, right? If it is an integer type, we should give percentage D. Let us execute. Giving D, let us see what it will say. So 5 divided by 3, C equal to A by B, which means 5 divided by 3. That means it should come 1 point something, right? Let us see what it will print. I'm compiling this program and executing it. Here the value of C is 0. It is printing as 0. This is because we are giving percentage D. Percentage D is for integer, not for the float numbers. But C is declared as float, right? Let us give F, and again let us compile and see what it prints. I'm executing it. So now it is saying 1.0. Okay. So 1.0 is not the exact value, right? 1 point something should come. That is because A is an integer, B is an integer. When there is an operation between two integers, the result will also be an integer only. So it cannot be 1.2 or something, it will be 1 only. If you want to convert it as a float, there is a converter called float. Then this result will get converted to float and stored in C, which is defined as C. Let us execute once again. We need to compile each time we make a change. So I am executing it. So now it says 1.66667. So this is the correct value, right? Also, so I do not want, for example, so many digits. I want maybe 2 digits after the dot. Now let me say 3.2. I'm giving this. Let us execute again and see what it prints. So if you see, it says 1.67 because we gave 0.2 after 0.2 digits only we give. So this 3 is not required. So 0.2 is enough. So 1.67. Similarly, let us also print the values of A and B. So instead of, for example, the value of A by B is this one, C, right? If we give like this, let us see what it prints. I'm comparing it again. So here it says the value of A slash B is 1.67. But we don't need like this. We want the value of A and the value of B here. So let us go again. So here instead of A, we have to say percentage B, and this one instead of B also we have to give percentage D. And now here we have to mention A comma B comma C. So here the first D will get replaced with the value of A, and the second D will get replaced with the value of B, and the third one, which is percentage F, will get replaced with the value of C. We are giving F because C is a float number, and here we are giving percentage D because A and B are the integer types. So let me compile again. You can see the value of 5/3 is 1.67. You can see like this. The value of 5/3 is 1.67. The 5 is nothing but the value of A, 3 is nothing but the value of B, and 1.67 is nothing but the value of C. So here, so percentage D is used for integers, percentage F is used for floats, and percentage C is used for characters. We are not using a character here, that we can discuss later. And also this one, for example, I give 5D, let us say 5D, and let us see what it will print. So this is printing spaces, right? So it is taking 5 spaces to print 5. Similarly, it is taking 5 spaces to print 3. So this is the formatting 5. Similarly, for example, I need zeros instead of spaces. Let me say 0 5D. Again, I'm compiling and executing. You see 0005 divided by 0003 is 1.67. Hi friends, so today we only discussed the printf, which is the output command. So we will discuss the input commands and the data types and other things like mathematical operations and all other basic stuff in the next week. So until then, please install your software and start practicing. Let us meet again next week at the same time, 10 o'clock. Thank you all guys. Please share with your friends so that it will reach more people. Thank you all. Bye.